Welcome to Operations and Supply Chain University. I'm Jerry Wright. This is Ops University Lean Six Sigma bonus supplemental content. This is about choosing a computerized maintenance management system, or CMMS. So selecting a CMMS, a computerized maintenance management system, is basically an online maintenance or a software-based maintenance package. There are numerous CMMS out there. There's almost too many to count. I can tell you it's crazy. In today's software as a service, or SaaS marketplace, there's just a ton of them. In this video, we'll cover the highest ranked and most popular CMMS to help you with your selection process, and we'll cover some less common but also good options. Now, once you're ready to embark on the final decision process, please refer to the Ops University Lean Six Sigma Green Belt lesson number 13, Decision Analysis, and it'll help you walk through the weighted alternative selection process, which you need for something like this. This is a big decision. It costs a fair amount of money. You don't want to do it flippantly or take it lightly. So set the decision criteria for your CMMS. Whether you have a small, medium, or large business, most of the criteria you'll want to consider are pretty much the same, except for if you have a very large business and you have to scale it or provide it across many different locations. So here are the common aspects to consider for your CMMS. Annual licensing costs, or cost per user. Sometimes they charge per seat or per user. Sometimes it's just an annual fee for up to a certain number of users. Those are important. Is the solution going to be server-based, housed maybe locally or on a server? Or is it a local installation, or is it cloud-based or internet only? Those may be important to you and your IT systems at your work. System requirements. So what do you have to be able to run the CMMS? Does it communicate with your enterprise resource planning system? Is there a way to communicate between the two? What's best for you? You need to understand that. Mobile capabilities like a phone or a tablet are pretty essential now because it gives the technician's ability to do, reference, enter service orders and things like that when they're in the field. So definitely that's something you'd want to have. And most of the systems out there now have that. Do you want spare parts stocking and search capabilities for all your spare parts that may not be in your ERP system, or maybe they are? How do you want to handle that? Because spares are often different than the stuff you need for your production capabilities. Scalability across sites, again, is important for larger businesses. Flexible design, whether you're doing facilities, you're doing technical maintenance like for production or operations. Maybe you want to make sure you do operator PMs, total productive maintenance. You want to think about the design. Most of them should have no issues accommodating that, but something to think about. What about reporting? What do you want to have? Do you want to have uptime percentages or OEE? Are those important measures you want to know? Downtime by machine. There's a lot of different things. So think about the reporting needs you have or what you want to know as a business. Ease of navigation, user friendliness. Some of the systems are super easy and, much like an iOS operating system for an iPhone or a tablet, they're very easy to use. Some have a little bit more challenges with them. So again, you have to think about what makes sense for you, and you can find that out during the demo or the assessment phase. Preventative maintenance capabilities. So again, most of these do it runtime based, maybe time or frequency based. Can you do predictive maintenance? How does it handle work orders or repairs, things like that? Those are all important to think about. And then administrative requirements. How much time is needed to do the administration of the process? Do you need a full-time dedicated person to handle all the preventative maintenance? Is the training challenging? Those are important things to think about. And then the last thing I think is important is, do you have online maintenance manual access or troubleshooting for reference when you're doing PMs or repairs? Those are good things to know. And is that important? Is it something you can upload? Is it just web-based access? Those are things to think about when you put your CMMS considerations for criteria together. Now, determine the priorities. This is an important part of the decision process. Once you have the criteria, as we discussed earlier, Decide which ones are a must, meaning go or no go. If it doesn't have it, you drop it. You need to make sure that you have some musts and wants in place. If they're all wants, it'll be pretty challenging. And often musts are a cost or must have mobile capabilities or things like that. So in this example, and again, I just made it as an example, mobile capabilities, a must, spare part stocking and search capabilities, a must, scalability, a must, and preventive maintenance capabilities, which pretty much all of them have that. Now, wants, again, I listed the other items on here as wants, and those can be ranked in whatever order is important to you and your business. And so when you follow the decision analysis, it's pretty easy to do that. Now, here's the featured CMMS alternatives. There's more than this, but I'm just going to cover these because these are the most common, most popular, and in some cases, a couple I'd say off use or not as common ones, but still I have familiar with them and they work very well. The first one out there, Limble. Limble and the competitor to Limble, MaintainX. These are both very good, highly rated, fully capable CMMS alternatives that you should consider. They're newer. They only came out in I think the mid 2010s, like 2015 or something. So maybe 10 years old. Very fantastic capabilities. I went through a demo for MaintainX and for Limbo at a recent conference, or Limbo at a recent conference, and they're really capable. They have amazing, capabilities. There are great interfaces. They have phone and mobile tablet applications, online applications. Again, very, very nice software as a service capabilities. The other one out there that's also popular, but maybe not as much as Limble and MaintainX is eMaint. This is by Fluke. Fluke's had eMaint out for a lot longer. It's an older software, but again, has a lot of the great capabilities. I'd recommend these top three are ones you should strongly consider, at least look at as an alternative. There's some other good ones out there too. There's Fix. Again, Fix is, I believe, a bit newer and a lot like Limble or MaintainX. And then Upkeep is another similar one to Fix. There's Traction. Now, Traction has AI-influenced capabilities. Some people say, well, it has great capabilities. It's a little harder to use. So again, you'll have to assess that during the demonstration phase. Now, one that's a little bit older, has been around longer, is Champs. Champs is a CMMS that's, I think I want to say it's been at least 20 years or longer. Champs has a lot of the same capabilities. It may not have the same ease of use and what you'd get out of, say, Limble or MaintainX or Fix, but again, has a lot of the great systems and can be done. And the one that I'm familiar with, because I used it many years ago and had my team use it, was Benchmate. So Benchmate's much smaller, probably small to medium size organizations, maybe up to 1,000 pieces of equipment or so. It can probably do more than that, but again, Benchmate has a lot of the same capabilities, and it's been growing and updating as time goes on. So I would suggest you look at any of these. The leaders out there, when you look at AI searches and reviews and things like that, both Limble and MaintainX are going to show up right away. You'll also see eMaint, Fix, Upkeep, Traction. Champs and Benchmate you may not see in the top selections, but I think there'd be something to consider because they do have the capabilities and will get you what you need for your CMMS. So here's the next part. This is the time-consuming part of the selection process. You got to get quotes. You need to do demos or test drives, if we want to say that. Now, this can be done online. Often they'll give you a demo software to try out. You can have a phone conversation or maybe a Teams or a Zoom call, or have a sales rep even stop by your business. They really want to get you using these so they can start getting the benefits of receiving the money, and you can get the benefits of having a good CMMS in place. So ask for a full demo or a test drive package, and let your maintenance team, maybe whoever's going to be your maintenance team administration person, look at it, see how it works, do some demos, make sure it's going to work for you and it meets all your criteria. If the CMMS does not meet any of your musts, don't even consider it. Move on. Say, okay, for example, let's say Traction doesn't do what you want. Then drop it. Don't look at it. But look at all the ones that you think meet your responsibilities. And then it's really just wants. Now, here's the good news. Pretty much all the CMMS in the market today do most everything you'll need. So it really becomes a matter of preference, and in some cases, specific functionality that you want or is important to your business to make the decision. Now, when you get to your top two, three, four alternatives that you're evaluating, hey, these are the ones that really make sense for us. Think about if you choose it and you go on and 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, is it still going to be the right fit for you? Or are you kind of doing a temporary solution that you're going to replace in 5 years? I don't recommend it only because once you get a good solution, keep it going. It's easier to maintain it than it is to restart. Now, here's an example. Maybe something goes wrong. There's an adverse consequence you want to look at. If you get a certain CMMS, is a competitor going to acquire it and they have their only web-based and you want it to be server-based or locally housed? Those are things to think about. Or will the CMMS that you're dealing with, is it a very tiny outfit and they don't make sense? I don't believe you'll see that with most of these. You want to make sure they're in a good business condition and can support your needs for the next 5 to 10 years. Hopefully, this has been helpful in guiding you towards a CMMS selection. If you want more information, here's a couple resources for you. There's Charles Neme. He did Mastering CMMS, so the guide to computerized maintenance management systems. And then McGraw-Hill put out a book in the McGraw-Hill maintenance series. This is one's by Kishan Bagadia, and it's Computerized Maintenance Management Systems Made Easy. How do you evaluate, select, and then manage your CMMS? So these are a couple good reading resources if you really want to dig in before you go through the process. All right, that's it for CMMS selection. Thank you.